My name is Jose Luis Venegas, and I spell it Joseluisvenegas, Venegas.
All right, and where were you born?
I was born in Asientos, Aguascalientes, in Mexico, in the state of Aguascalientes. January 7 of 1944. After the Second World War, I was born. I think it's the best time of the world, for the whole world. Everything started changing, but I was born in that year.
Were your parents from that region too?
No, my father is from Saltillo, Coahuila, and my mother is from Chihuahua. Yes. Actually, I kid about it, but I will say that I was born in. Yes, please. I was born the day I met my wife. So actually, I'm not 80. I'm 60. Because when I was a teenager and I didn't really know where I was going. And when I met her, you think about a family, you think about all these beautiful things. So then I have a purpose in life. And so I'm 60. The other years I don't count.
And can you tell us about how you trained in photography?
Yes.
And what kind of photography processes you learned and brought to Tijuana?
Yes. Well, we were very fortunate to live at the border because there's this mixture of culture and education and music, and so there was no school of photography. There wasn't even the University of Baja California, so there was no school of photography, and I took a course at that time. It was Famous Photographer School. That was the first thing that I started doing, and they say, don't pay this course, $37 a month. At those time it was expensive. If you don't make this money working as a photographer, you don't want to pay it. So my wife and I talked about going to Los Angeles, and I went to El Camino College, and I worked with a very prestigious studio, Alfred and Fabri's studio in Los Angeles. And they own a big lab. They have a big lab because actually the color it just started. It started in the United States. Started first, but there was a lot of black and white. Everything was black and white. So this company started at color, and they were doing schools in the United States, like 43,000 students. So we had a lot of work doing that. They take you to a city, they leave you there, sometimes 3,000 and some students, and they make albums. So you practice a lot. 5 days a week you're taking all kinds of young people that and you have like 5 minutes with each. There were so many, and you have to take 4 poses, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So and they said, this is like the owner said, this is the United States, so you have to be consistent. There's no the head smaller, the head larger. You have to be exactly there. So you learn discipline about that, and you order, and so they and then practice, because you go to let's say that you 2 students, and you have to very fast kind of relax you. Can you imagine 300 graduates a day? So you have very short time, and when I got the best way that I could do it was just shake hands. Oh, how are you? And they were I very respectful. Please come in, sit down, and just to do so in this short amount, get a good expression.
So can you tell us when you took your color process to Tijuana?
Yes. Well, that was a blessing, because it was just starting in the United States, the color, and then my wife and I decided to go to Tijuana, well, mostly she decided. No, I was decided. I want to go to San Francisco, but she wanted to. We both wanted to go to Mexico, and well, it was like we were like everybody wanted it. And then we developed everything in Alpha Color. This same company has a very big lab. It was Alpha Color, so we sent to develop it, and they sent it back, and it was. There was weddings Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was everybody wanted it, color pictures, so we were lucky, very lucky there.
And who were some of your first clients in Tijuana?
Well, see, the first one, it was where I really got connected was I went to see the governor of Baja California, and I told him that through the study of art in school in the United States, I find out that some of the greatest artists, they were the ones related to royalty. The queens and queens, they're all beautiful paintings, and so you are like the king here. So, no, I'm not a king. I'm the governor, and but I have photographers, and we don't really need a photographer. But well, actually, what happened is that they didn't let me in. They say the governor has 3 photographers, and he doesn't need photographers. Okay, so I have a portfolio, so I give it to the person. Please show it to him, because they wanted to send me for an appointment somewhere in the future. So he came out. The governor came out and said, "Oh, who took this? Is it your father? Who did this?" Because I was very young, and I said, "No, I did," and then I told him about the art and all that, and he said, "Okay, take my grandchildren," and from there, everything exploded, because all of the families and friends, and that he make his wife make appointments for us, and then I give a percentage to the DIF, that is an organization in the government for protecting of the children or something. So they make a big dinner, and I give a check. But everything exploded. It was they make the appointments, so it was great.
Do you remember what year that was?
I think it was 1971 or 72. We actually opened the studio in 72, but we were taking pictures before. We only go to homes, because I work in the company that I work, they got home portraits too. So when you were in other schools, they make appointments, and then you go to homes, and you right away, fix everything to take pictures there, put your lights, and then then go to another home and to another home. So it was the way I learned to do it, to carry my background. My background was 9 feet long, white, so I have to put it on the back, and to make it look like a painting. That's what the idea of with the Rembrandt lighting, and with brown and reddish colors in the background. That was very important. This is what it make my portraits different. And I wanted to bring some portraits today, and I left it at home. I wanted just to bring them to portraits.
So what is the address of your photography studio?
Okay, we are in Plaza Campestre. It's a shopping center, and it's Boulevard Agua Caliente.